right, this is going to be going over my price action review from yesterday, uh, February 2nd into today, February 3rd. So last night, these were the levels I had drawn out for ES, NQ, and YM. We can easily see here, right, that I chose to use body EQ down here because we were inside of this daily OB that we had the CSD above. Same thing, I chose to mark out EQ of the body here as well on both these assets. Now I did notate, and you'll see here on the lower time frames, ES had hit a key level and NQ had not yet reached that level. So moving down to the 4 hour, this is where the levels that I came up with. So marked out previous day EQ of the body only, and then I also went back and marked out previous day EQ. And then this is that OB here on ES, and then this is that high that the daily open was supporting as a key level that we had current SMT with. So I was anticipating a potential open high. And we can see that here that we have this huge expansion move that never got rebalanced. And so the reality is this is a key level I had marked because on the 15-minute yesterday, the reason I didn't take longs was because there was a set of unmanipulated 15-minute lows on NQ. YM had manipulated them. But these two lows, in my opinion, were the first set of unmanipulated lows in discount of this range on both assets. So I went ahead and marked that out because as price was going to come down here, this is the level in which I was looking to take profits. And I've been really trying to practice and notate key levels. So anyways, that was what I had to come up with last night going into today. And then we'll go back here, but you can see what occurred. Here's the 15. These are the 15-minute lows that I was referring to as a key level last night. We could just back this up here. Excuse me. So this was how it was looking coming into market open. Right. So anticipating some sort of manipulation of the highs. We can see here that occurs on YM, giving us the SMT. Let's see if we can. Oh, well, anyways, I went too fast. But anyways, there, right here, we get the CSD 915 closer below, right? GXT, right? If we have 15, if we have a CSD prior to driver, right, then it's just driver a continuation or expansion, right? So we have the CSD prior to market open. Market opens, right? Opens high into the CSD rebalancing, right? And then we just flush. Personally, because I woke up and I was not feeling well this morning, I did not participate in this move. And then if we actually go down here to the 1 minute, I will show where I did take paper trades down here. Just because once I chose not to participate this morning, that's part of my rules is I typically don't get on. But 10 o'clock continuation down here. I'll delete all this so we can go through it. Down to this is the key level I was referring to. Here was previous day EQ. A lot of guys in the took stuff off here. But if we replay this, 10 o'clock opens low initially. But then we get this OBCSD here. And let me look at my screenshots on my phone. And I'll see real quick where I was. Go right here. First entry was on the closure. Yeah, so I initially entered short on, what was this? Yeah, 1008. Then I added on 1009. And then we built a new OB. And I was just monitoring price because it was paper, right? I'm just monitoring how is price action, how is price referring, moving through, and also, just continuing to practice, right? Any PO3, correct PO3, on the way to said draw, right, is another chance to add. So respecting EQ of this OB, so I added. Then we build a new OB. So I was just measuring out this one here. And And then we get 15 opens high into EQ. So I add it again here. So I'll just mark these like this. Oops. Well, here and then here I added here. And then you can see we end up running back to EQ of the original OB here, right? Of this one. There we go. Sorry. Right. Boom. Run back to EQ of this OB. And then we flush. And so because I was in 3, and again, I'm just right. So I end up taking 2 off here at this low. And then again, continuing to practice here, we rebalance back into this OB, right? And then where do we get? Here's 30. Let me see. Oh yeah. So because I sold off here, that's right. I re-added here in the OB because the draw has not been met, and this is just a rebalance. So in my opinion, right, this is still an add, still valid PO3. Then we get 30 comes down, right, setting up, engineered liquidity, low resistance liquidity here. Now granted, if this was like if this was my actual cash account on full size, I would not be in this many, nor would I have my stop up here at 10 o'clock side, because that's like a 1-to-1. But if I was in micros, then that would be acceptable. And the reason I say that is because right here, I scaled out the 2, then I added, and then you can see, watch with 45, it manipulates and rebalances here. So I'd move my stop here, back to 10 o'clock's high here. And then, right, because draw is still open, this is just manipulation, and it's just a rebalance back to the right, sweeping out these highs, back into the original OB here. And now we flush. So I ended up, I wasn't really watching this all day. I mean, I just kept looking at my phone. I ended up taking 1 off here at this low, right there. I ended up scaling 1, and then the 2 I have left, I end up closing 1 here at this, monitoring this OB here, right? Still prices in continuation to the draw. And then there. So then I end up closing 1 here, and then I just drag my stop down to here. And then I get on a phone call and I forget, and then I think it taps it, and then we dump even further. Yeah, right here, and then we just so I'd move my stop to that key level. So, anyways, the point is like, we can always trade any PO3 to previously EQ, etc. But spotting key levels, I don't think that's fair to say like 500 points. It would have been, still super nice. 400, right? Really, really nice. So that was today's trade that I missed all of, but that's okay. No big deal. So that's that. So I'm gonna stop the recording, and then that way I can get into charting for tomorrow.